with especially made for me. Hello, everyone. How are you? Hola todos, ¿cómo están? Hi, Miss Kathy. Hello, my friend. How are you feeling? I'm doing good. I'm getting there. I just have to make sure I don't try to do too much, which is usually my thing. I try to do it all if I can. But back is kind of hanging in there. So, how are you doing? I know you've had stuff going on and things scheduled, so we've got to make sure we keep everything in prayer. So today we're going to be working on a fall wreath, and I like doing I want to do a square one. So I have a square frame and I already put all my chenille stems on it. The way I normally do, but if you need to see that, let me know and I'll make sure I'll link the video for that onto this video. Oh, so sorry you're in a lot of pain. Can you put anything, kind of do like a rub dub dub to make it at least get a little bit easier to handle? I sure hope so. I don't like taking stuff, so ugh, 2 more weeks. Okay. Yikes. Well, I would recommend lots of ginger tea if you can stand it, because it helps with inflammation and that might make it easier. But that's just me. I just don't like taking medication. So, but do what you need to do. So we're going to do a fall wreath, and again, using a square frame. And what I like about square frames is not only you can have it on the square way, but you could kind of make it, hang it in like looking like a diamond shape. So today we're going to be doing the wreath, but we're going to be focusing on our corners to kind of give it more of a highlight. So that way they can stand out, whether you do it the square way or the diamond way. Got ice on. Okay. You don't eat. What? Okay, that went away. You gotta eat something. So the first thing we're gonna do is just for some extra coverage, we're gonna go ahead and do the poof method with our brown mesh that I have here that we already have cut for the other portions that we're gonna be doing, just to kind of give it a little bit more coverage. So, and we're going to, oh, I see what you mean with the medication stuff. Okay, got it. So we're going to do our usual when we do our poofs. We're going to just gather our mesh. And I like going to the previous crossbar. So I'm going to go ahead so that you can see what I do and change the view on here. And then I'm going to show you as I go the other mesh that I have and the ribbons and florals and all that good stuff, instead of taking too much of your time. Hopefully I won't. So I'm trying to do better. So what I like to do is kind of move over to my next over. So I'm going to be starting here at the corner. So I'm going to go and put this under the bar, the crossbar that's there. And I'm just going to tie it in with a zip tie. If I can get my fingers through there. And this is just to make sure it doesn't come out. Having some issues here. Let me go ahead and put this zip tie in just a little bit before putting the mesh. Here we go. Yes, we're doing square. Square, square. I like changing it up every once in a while. And we're going to be using some sunflowers today. So we have some orange color, some yellow, of course, the brown. There we go. Do it better now. Okay, so we're going to make sure it's nice and tight on there. And we're going to cut it. Got the little extra. Get rid of that. And I like pushing mine towards the latter bottom. And then that we can cut later. So now we can start with our poofs. Just gonna go over to the next stem. You haven't used one yet? Oh my goodness. Well, I hope you like this because I like using them to make different shapes. Just to have something different. I hope you like it too. We'll see. Gonna get a poof started there. So I'm just going on to the next stem, the next, you know, so make it like about 6 inches, just like we normally would with a poof. Because again, this is just for coverage and it doesn't have to be exact. So if you want to do just 5 inches, that is perfectly fine. Just trying to do some extra coverage here. Because we're going to draw our attention to the corners, but we don't want too much of the wire to be visible. The form, that is. And we're just starting on our outer rim. And then we'll move to our inner. I hope so, I hope so. Okay, so we're going to be continuing to do that all the way around. And then we'll move to our inner rim. And I'm just opening up the poofs as I go. You can definitely do it after, entirely up to you. Originally, I was going to do a green, and I was going to use a 21-inch just to make sure we had bigger poofs and all of that. And I thought, I didn't find my moss one. And the only green I had was like almost like a lime green, but it was kind of a little bit loud, and I didn't want the green to be so loud to take over. We have been getting the storms. They've been kind of like come and go. So we haven't had, let's see, the last bit of rain with the storms and thunderstorms and all of that that we had, I think was a couple of days ago, Wednesday, I want to say. And then it's been like extremely hot since. Hi, Monica. Like scorching hot. Like I can't seem to water my garden enough. It's like they're not liking this heat too much. They like the sun, but it's like, hey, I want the sun, but I don't know I want this much of it with the extra heat. So I don't know, until I can get something where it automatically waters. That's been a challenge for me. Yes, it's almost that time, Monica. I figured, hey, it's right around the corner. We can start. Why not? Get an early start. Do some fall. I'm thinking of doing a pumpkin next week. I don't know. Just because. I know we've done one before, but it's been a while. How are the projects going, Monica? All done? If they are, I'm jealous. I make it happen over here as well one day. Yes. Cooler weather. And I like the colors, the fall colors. Not that I don't like the spring ones, but nice to have a little bit of change every now and then. Project going slow. Uh-oh. All right, so positive thinking. At least it's moving along, even if it's slow. Right? I hope. Oh yeah, of course. It's just way too hot. Way too hot. We're just saying. This weather's just cray gray. Storms galore, but yet a lot of heat. Okay, crossing over to the inner rim. And again, I'm using a 10-inch instead of a 21-inch. I know that's a little different, but we're just needing a little bit of coverage. I like seeing the different changes on the trees and the bushes, you know, when the leaves change to the different colors. I like seeing that. Okay, let's open our tube. Pumpkin, you want to see pumpkin? That's what I was thinking for next week. Pumpkin, for sure. We've done it before, but why not? Maybe I'll do a different style or something. Almost done. I think I counted earlier. We have 12 stems on the outer and 8 on the inner. In case you need that count for later if you're going to try a square wreath. Okay, looks like we have 2 more. And we'll be done with this part anyway. Okay. Here we go. More. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and cut, and we're going to tuck this under. And we're going to do just like we did with when we first started with the mesh. We're going to tuck it underneath. I'm going to turn it over so you can see. And then we're going to use another zip tie to tie it on there. You want to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, so here we can clean it up while we're back here. We're gonna cut a little bit off, leave about an inch or so, just to make sure it doesn't, with movement, it doesn't start pulling out. All right, so here we are. There's our square wreath. And this is what I was mentioning earlier. See if you can of course hang it square, but you can do it as a diamond shape too. And that's why I like these. 4th of July wreath. Oh, nice. Red, white, and blue. Yes. I love making those. All right, so this is our plan for today. Let me show you what I did to highlight our corners. Of course, this is from a 21-inch orange, and I cut it, I think it was 11 inches. Let's see, to 21, so 11 inches. So this basically, we're gonna be doing some ruffles. So we're gonna have brown ruffle, orange ruffle, yellow ruffle, and then we're gonna have our flower. So I did this one at 11 inches because this one is going to be under the yellow, and I wanted to stand out just a little smidge, just a little. And this one is cut a little bit longer because it's going to be underneath, and I'm still going to put it on here even though we have our poof, but again, just for the corners to make those stand out. And we're going to go ahead and put this on the bottom, then this one on top, so they're kind of progressively getting smaller, and then we're going to put this one on top for our corners. So we're going to be doing that, and we have these pretty sunflowers, which you can hopefully see on the screen there. And here are our ribbons. We're going to be using our stripe ribbon. We're going to be using sunflower ribbon and polka dot. Yellow polka dot, polka dot, polka dot. So, fun stuff, fun stuff. Pretty. Oh, thank you, thank you. So let's get started. So we're going to be doing our brown first. We're going to focus on our corners, and then we're going to go ahead and do the rest. And we're doing ruffles. Oh, it's okay. How is he doing? My husband comes and talks to me sometimes. I'm on the phone with my brother, and he'll be coming, and he'll just keep on talking, and I'm trying to listen to my brother, and he'll be talking, and it is hard to listen to two people at the same time. I understand. It made me think of that. It's like, hey, my husband does that. So I understand. No worries. There's no way to listen to two people at the same time. It's very difficult. Can't quite understand everything that's being said. You know what? I think I'm going to put this in the middle, on the inner instead of the outer, because I just saw something. Use a little ruffle again. I want to make sure we can see it when we hang it. There we go. And we'll still, on the others, we'll be doing the ribbons. But I'm going to go ahead and get these to overlap. Get all of our... Reaching is not good. No reaching. Okay, there we go. So we're going to just overlap our edges, so it'll make it more rounded, and you'll be able to see it better once we add the color too. Those to fall. And then what I'll do as I put the others in, I'm going to undo the stem and then put the other one on top and then close it back up. So I'll do our orange next. Orange, aren't you glad? Isn't that what they say about with the orange? Orange, aren't you glad? I don't know why I just thought of that. Anywho, right, here's our next ruffle. Putting it right on top. We're going to undo our stems. Hold that in so it won't go anywhere. Let's see, do it the wrong way. Tightening it instead of untightening it. Go. See, it's not behaving. Untighten. There we go. Okay. And the one and the two. Okay. Same thing here. We're going to go ahead and get our edges to overlap and bring them around. Fighting so much with it, I cost a whole bunch of frame. Look at that. Okay, so there's that. We're going to do yellow on top of that. Using, yes, we're adding it to the same stem. Yes, ma'am. Just on undoing it, so it won't, you know, tightening it and putting it right on top, so we'll have enough room because we still got to put more stuff on it. Okay, so this one will be much smaller. And two, take them apart. Hold that in place. And this is just to give it a little bit more of that yellow, but we're going to have our flower on top, so it should be good. Oh my goodness, that is a lot. Do you still have some help? I hope so. Definitely a busy gal. Okay, here's our yellow. I'm going to go to our other corner and do the same thing. Okay, and again, I'm using the inner zip tie, not the outer. Put these on. And overlap. And oh yeah, the heat will do it. Gotta be very, very careful. Oh yeah. Make you like little kits and have them right next to where you're gonna be resting, Kathy. So you won't have to move too far to get the stuff. Things you can do while recovering. That's a good idea. Here you go, yellow. Are you gonna be trying to do some wreaths while you're recovering, Kathy? So as I'm doing this, since we're not going to be putting any more mesh, I am going ahead and just tucking the chenille stem down. That's going to help us when we're putting our flowers on here. Ah, those are good projects. Can work with yarn while you're hot. I understand that. So how do you do those diamond dot pictures? Don't know much about those. Oh, it's great. Yes, please do. I don't know if they have these where you're at the Dollar Tree stores. They usually have them there. I haven't been able to find them anywhere else, to be honest. So you do like little diamond beads and you make like a form with it. Is that how that works for the diamond picture? That's neat. Definitely have to have some patience for that. That last one. See how it's already looking like it's flowers? Good. Yeah, that tree usually has different shapes and stuff. I like checking them out from time to time at different seasons. Ah, so glad. Glad you're loving the colors. Yep, on my other edge. It's hiding from me. There it goes. All right. Putting it in. Didn't center that too well. Trying to make sure the other one doesn't lift up. Uh-oh. I understand. No worries. I'll take care of that. And yellow. Hello, yellow. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and tuck these under. I think I missed the one before, but tuck them under here in a second. All right. 1, 2 flowers. Yay! So as you know, I like tucking, pushing our leaves to the top. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut us 4. So we can take care of our corners first. That would be helpful. And it looks like I can cut this a little more. So this is how it's going to look. Should be good. A little more. And all we need is just a little fold. Let me show you that. Just a little bit of a fold because I'm going to go ahead and get it under that chenille stem just for extra support and wrap it around it. And then, of course, have the glue on there. So that'll keep it together. Ah, thanks, Monica. Giving our glue some time to catch up with us here. Seeing some fraying while we wait on that. And I think I'll start cutting some ribbons while we wait on the glue. But so that we can see what it'll look like. Something like that. So while we wait on the glue, I'm going to start cutting some ribbons. So we'll need we have 12 on the outer, and we had 8 on the inner, so now we just need 4. So that's 16 that we need. We want this to be our main ribbon. And then the others we'll just alternate. Doing the 12-inch cut. There's the 12, so we need 4. Okay, here. All right, do some dovetailing. It's going to fold. And we're going to cut from the folded edge to the actual corner, to that little point. We'll do that again. Gonna fold. And we're gonna cut from the fold to the corner. And mix it. All right, so we're gonna need 8. We're doing half. This will be alternating, so it will be 4 of this one and 4 of this one. See if I can put in here. Okay. We'll see if I count it right once we start putting these on. Just gonna line these up to make sure they'll be even and get them dovetailed. And last one. Now I wanted to use this one so I can have more of the yellow going around. Twisting is no good. No reaching, no twisting, no lifting. I'm gonna have to make myself a sign. 2, 3, and 4. I can count. So we haven't done the Spanish word in a while. So what if we do sunflowers, since we're dealing with sunflowers today? So sunflowers in Spanish is flores, flores del sol. Flores del sol. So flores is flowers. And then sol is sun. And del is up. Flowers of the sun. Sunflowers. So you're basically getting 3 words. We're makeup, I guess, for the previous times we haven't done the Spanish word. Flores del sol. I need to type that in so you can see what it spells. Maybe that'll make it easier for. Let's see. I'll type it in the chat to see if that'll. Oops. Oops. Can't type. There it is. Oh, move that. I don't move stuff around. There we go. Let me just put that over here. Okay. Are we ready? There's the glue gun. Okay, so we're gonna go on and get the flowers on here to make sure they don't move. And I'm going to put a little dab of glue on the leaves because they want to kind of move down just so that they'll stay. Remember when I was saying about putting the chenille stems and tucking them down? See how it looks like a little button, just like the sunflowers, right? It's like a little button. So I'm just going to put some glue on there, and I'm going to tuck this part of our sunflower underneath that and just kind of go around it. And then with the glue, it'll be on underneath the sunflower to keep it on there. So it'll have the chenille stem holding it down plus some glue. So that's what we're working on. A little dab of glue. And we're gonna switch that over because I want the leaves to be up and down on this one. And there we go. Gonna hold it in place for a little bit. Ah, thank you, Monica. Move this around. Work on the next one. Like this one wants to do the same thing, so I'm gonna add a little bit of glue. Gonna keep the leaves down. Use a generous amount of that glue. And we're going to tuck under our little hook and then press down on our flower. Flor del Sol. And once we do this part, we'll go ahead and do the ribbons on the other stems that we have on the outer and the inner without a flower. And we'll be done. Getting glue on myself again. It's a crafter thing, I guess. Or it might just be me. My hubby says I like burning myself. That's my hobby, burning myself. I don't do it that often, though. Crafting is my hobby, I guess. Seeing little frayings going on. All right, there's our last one. Oh, that one stayed put. Good. Start coming out, so I'm going to put some extra on this one, and I'll go back on the other ones and do the same. There we go. Yeah, it just happens, right? It's just part of the hobby, I guess. It comes with it. I keep seeing them, so I'm going to keep cutting them while I see them. Alrighty, so there we go. So we can still use it a diamond shape and have the display that way, or we can do it fully squared. Works either way. I just happen to like the diamond look. So, but either way, it'll work. And again, it could also be a centerpiece. You know, you could always put a vase with something in the middle. All of that works. So, go ahead and get these separated. Turn that off. We can put some ribbons on. I want my sunflower one to be on top because I want that to be seen more. Especially since we don't have any of the sunflowers anywhere else. So I'm just going to go to the where we have the stems and put these on. I'm gonna cut the excess on these since we're not going to do anything with them, and just tuck it. And I'm just alternating the ribbons. You can always do, let me show you another way. Just kind of pull and have both of them the same way, and the other two could be down, and then alternate them that way. So you could alternate 1 and 1 or do 2 and 2. Normally when I do this, if I'm not going to do anything else, I make sure it's nice and tight. I kind of turn it like 3 different times. And then I tuck that under after I cut. But this time we're going to put our sunflower to the top. And do our polka dots to the bottom. I think that might have miscounted with the other ribbons. And I got it right with the sunflower ribbons. Let's see. Where is it? I have one right there. Over here. And I'm cutting as I go, but if you want to cut them afterwards, you can. Let's see one. Where's the other? It's hiding. There it goes. So for the sake of time, I might just not cut the stems as I go. And I can do that later off camera. We'll still be able to exactly what we're working on. I know you'll close to an hour in already. I'm just moving these up. We'll see. We'll have these alternating with the sunflower ribbon. So that would back to yellow. We're just going to keep alternating as we usually do. I'm just finding the middle here so that I know where to place the ribbons on the chenille stem. Got the little one going up. Yeah, that's it. There we go. I want the yellow up. Yellow down, sunflower up. That's just for the other side. Let's alternate. Alternate. There we go. And the reason I did that is because I had put them down and we already have these down. So we want to go up and down and keep alternating on both sides, top and bottom. We'll have to cut more ribbon. Yeah, there you go. The chenille stems are trying to hide on me. I think it's just because they're brown and we have the brown mesh. You can barely see them underneath. So I guess I should have done 8 of each. I was thinking 4. Guess we still gotta do our inner. 8 of each of the other 2 ribbons, not the sunflower one. We got that one cut right. All right. So let's do 4 more of each. All things were that easy to solve, right? Especially in our world these days. There seems to be always something going on. Okay. Dovetailing. And there's also another option if you don't want to do the dovetailing. You can also cut it just diagonal without folding it. Just give it a different shape. I just like the dovetailing because it seems to look better to me. But you could always change it up. Could also use the 1 inch or the 1.5 inch ribbon to have one with a different size. Just mix and match. They don't all have to be 2 inches or 2.5 inches or 1 inch. You could have a variety, just like we have the variety of the prints of the ribbon. You could do the same thing with the size. So it looks like we're going to be doing a pumpkin for sure next week. And it'll be a premiere next week. And looks like we have one more on this side, and we can go to the inner. And then we'll be done. Oh, cooking something yummy? I'm sure. Ooh, I've heard about them. Let's see, got stripes on that one, so I'm gonna go to this one. Mm-hmm. Stripes. I go to yellow. Almost there. A little tighter. Okie dokie. One more and we're done. Oh, a little more than tortilla and butter. I hope so. Or the tortilla and butter sounds pretty good. Alrighty. We are done. Okay, so here we are. So they're square. And diamond. Either way it works. Could hang it, wall or door. Could put it on a table as a centerpiece. Put an arrangement in the middle. So many options. Lots and lots of options. And I like it. Versatility. Versatility, versatility. So let me know what you think on the comments, or if you're watching the replay later on, let me know what you think, where you're watching from. If you haven't already done so, please do thumbs up if you're liking what you're watching, enjoying. And subscribe. Share the link with your friends and family. Let them also watch. They could watch the replay later, and invite them for next week. They can watch live. Ah, glad you love it. All right, so next week we'll go ahead and do a pumpkin. So be on the lookout for that. We'll be back on Friday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And until then, keep creating. Do share what you create. Tag us on social media so we can also see the beautiful creations. Stay safe and stay liquid. Bye-bye.